Okay, so let's take a look at a typical unit in the online workbook for a listening and speaking book. This is for the Pathways Listening, Speaking, and Critical Thinking Level 2. So usually they have two lessons, Lesson A and Lesson B, for every unit. There's about 10 units per book. So we'll just look at unit number 1. Every lesson has a vocabulary section, a listening section, pronunciation section, grammar section, and video section. And the video has a watch part, which involves watching the video and then answering some questions about it. And this is good because you can't really do it real time with the students. And the respond part has them answer a question relating to the theme of the unit. So in the example that we looked at before, it was about robots and computers. And with the lower levels, it says, please respond in 45 seconds. With the highest level book, it has no time limit. And I'm not sure whether if they if they talk more than 45 seconds, it cuts them short. I'll sample that a little bit later and let you know. But I think the video part is going to be quite useful for assessments. And we'll look at the vocabulary. So there are drag and drop fill in the blanks tasks. Bob Mason has too much stress in his life. He is unhappy at his job because he works long hours, and he has a negative towards his boss and coworkers. Okay, so I'll put a wrong answer here. Submit. That one is incorrect. Show the answers. Okay. Hide the answers. Now, when you give the student the assignment, you can determine the number of times that they can do it. So if you say 3 times, and you determine which one of those times you get the results for. So if they got 2 right the first time, but everything right the second time, then they will get 100%. And you can tell students they can try as many times as they want if they want to get full marks for the homework. Okay. So that's a drag and drop fill in the blanks vocabulary task. And then there are these ones where you choose the correct term to go in the blank from a multiple choice kind of a selection. Okay, so submit, correct, okay. So there's that. Okay. And then there's the one where you actually type in. What happens if you type in a typo mistake like that? It's considered incorrect. Okay. So, like I said, you've got the ones you type in, you've got the drag and drop vocabulary ones, and you've got the multiple choice vocabulary ones. Those are the 3 kinds that I've seen so far. Then there's the listening task. And the listening, it looks like what's in the book a little bit. It has the same picture. Okay, so here's the book. If I click on the listening for the book,
Page 6, Exercise C, and page 7, Exercises D and E. A talk about preventing heart disease.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for coming. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Tara Sorensen, and I'm a public health nurse.
Okay, you'll see that the listening passage and the questions are different in the workbook.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Luis Molina from the Deo Medical Clinic. Today, I'm going to talk about ways to prevent and control diabetes. Diabetes is a disease that makes it hard for the body to produce insulin. Our bodies need insulin to break down glucose or sugar in our blood. Therefore, diabetics, or people with diabetes, get high levels of blood glucose or too much sugar in the blood. Diabetes is one of the world's most common diseases. Over 400 million people are diabetics.
Okay, so the questions are different, but it's relating to what was discussed in the book. Okay, the book was talking about heart disease, blood pressure, okay? Anyway, so there's a bunch of questions. I submit. Okay. It has explanations for the answers. Okay. So that's one type of listening exercise. Then they have this one called listening skill, which is just another type of listening exercise. And you listen to another audio.
There are two main types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2.
Okay. And you go through the different questions and submit the answers. I got one right. Okay, so there's not one but two listening passages in the workbook that are additional to the listening passage in the textbook. Then there's pronunciation activities, and these tend to vary. There are listening ones where, for example, you see this one. It says, pay attention to the final S sounds in the underlined words. So it's asking you, does this word add a syllable at the end? Diseases. So the answer is yes.
1. It's one of the most common diseases in the world. 1.
Oops.
It's one of the most common diseases in the world.
Okay. So yes, it adds a syllable. And other questions are the same. So it's you listen and you choose the correct answer. Another pronunciation task is like this. And for this one, you need to have a microphone plugged in. If I plug in my microphone, you won't be able to hear me on this recording. So I'll just pretend. What happens is, first you listen to the conversation, and then you record. And when it records, the computer says this, and then it pauses while you say this. And all the way down for the 5 little mini conversations there. And when you finish, you submit, and the audio recording goes to the teacher. So if I were to do record.
Where's John?
Yeah. He's at the gym. He exercises every day now.
Why did you stop smoking?
Because it causes a lot of different health problems.
Are you taking a math class this term?
No, but I'm taking 2 English classes.
Do you eat a lot of meat?
Not really. I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables.
What does Sheila do?
She's a public health nurse, so she teaches people how to prevent diseases. Okay, so I'm wondering if that recorded with just my computer mic.
Where's John?
He's at the gym. He exercises every day now. Okay, and then I submit it, and that's it. So the teacher gets the recording. So that was another kind of pronunciation task.